Hello, folks. I'm Dan Hallfield. Welcome to Stupid O'Clock. Joe Dog is here. He is away from camera at the moment. We have John Scarborough and a very early appearance of Dawn. And Joe Dog will be back with us momentarily. And I don't know what kind of stuff we'll get up to tonight, but it'll be stuff. Okay. Oh, and Uncle Carl is already in bed and said to say hi. And Aunt Donna says, Aunt Donna is in the studio audience, throwing peanuts at us all.
Uncle Carl's in trouble with the U.S. Postal Service.
Really? Why?
Apparently, he saw some kid in a Hawaiian shirt messing around with his mailbox. So he ran out the front yard, yelled at the kid. Turned out it was the Postal Service guy, and just because it's hot up there, they're just wearing whatever instead of a postal uniform. So
get off of my lawn! Oh!
Get out of my yard!
Well, Joe Dog, we did the. Oh, put your earbuds in. We did the best we could without you. You are the master of ceremonies, as well as the master of sparks.
Not the green room. Not the green room.
No, that's a.
What?
What?
Master of Sparks is a reference to a popular band whose name escapes me at the moment, even though I should know it implicitly.
Metallica.
No.
That was Master of Puppets.
Oh, okay. Same thing.
No. It's the one from Texas.
Elon?
A band.
Oh. ZZ Top.
That's the one.
You forgot the name ZZ Top.
I'm 60 something years old. I can have senior moments.
You forgot how old he is. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot how old I was.
I forgot ZZ Top. Oh my God, the apocalypse is coming.
Damn dinosaurs interfered with my cradle rocking. I swear I never got over that.
And to think they went to all that trouble to come up with a catchy name for the band just so people would remember who they were.
Way to go, Dan.
Now, that reminds me of junior high days. You know how you had the spiral notebook and you had that little space between the lines you write in? Mm-hmm. And it was, the notebook you kept your notes for the year in?
Uh-huh.
I wrote all the rock and roll bands in alphabetical order from ABBA to ZZ Top.
Well, that filled up your notebook real quick, didn't it?
Well, 26 of them.
I always felt bad for Frank Zappa because ZZ Top was after him.
Yeah.
In alphabetical order.
I wonder if that's why they came up with the name.
Don't know.
Just so they'd be the last name in the book.
Great googly moogly.
Yeah, I'm going to plan on staying with you guys all night. So I went and got coffee.
Thanks for the frickin' warning.
Now you got to put up with me.
I've
been putting up with you for decades now, Joe Dog.
I've had this sinus thing going on for the last couple of weeks. I think it's because the tree in the backyard is starting to drop leaves already. So I think I'm getting that leaf mold allergy thing going on again. So I was going to go over and help my mom with some stuff she needs at her house. So I wasn't feeling good, so I said, take me a sinus pill. Take me a little nap real quick.
14 hours later.
10 hours later. So Uncle John is kind of dopey tonight.
Well, you
Ain't
see,
touching that line. I ain't touching that line. Not even in the green room am I touching that line.
well, you see what my little banner underneath says, don't you?
Clueless in Chattanooga. Why is that?
It's like Sleepless in Seattle, but
without Meg Ryan.
well, his Donna may be in bed. We don't know.
Oh,
We have so many Donnas. We have to make a difference between the several.
You know what's funny? There's a radio station here in town that has the Donna show live. I'm covered up with Donnas.
You wish.
It could happen.
Film, or it didn't.
Wow,
I'm
chicka,
waiting to see
wow,
what
wow.
Donna's going to say on that one.
Oh.
oh, did you see where I told Donna boop this one on the nose? The kitten,
No.
that little kitty cat in the hallway.
No,
Haven't
Joe,
seen it yet.
we know better than to click on any link.
we don't open any of your links, Joe. You should figure that out by now.
We know you.
Yeah, it says, "Hey Donna, boop this one on the nose." Then underneath it says, "Why the hell would somebody have this as a house cat?"
What
Mm,
kind
It
of
was-
kitty cat was it?
It looked like a baby mountain lion.
Oh, I boop it. That's going to be how I die. Oh, come here. I just want to pet you.
Uh-oh.
Kitty, kitty.
Oh
Oops.
hell!
She
Joe's
was
about to get-
summoned.
Joe's about to get booped by a cat
Oh, a lynx. Okay.
and a dog.
Don't put that thing in here.
Donna.
Oh, damn it! She has needles for claws.
No.
Shit.
Who, Donna or the cat?
The cat.
Both?
Uh-oh. Look out, Don.
Ooh, ice cream.
We had Ted Cam.
Ted came. I don't know. He's making his beard.
Hey, Ted.
Speaking of ZZ Top,
Yeah.
I remember the guy
he
that
would've
plays
said
the
it wrong.
tambourine in ZZ Top.
Don't leave her in here.
Who?
Either one of them. They've not.
Donna says hi. He says hi. Oh, wait, you can hear him now, can't you?
Well, of course.
It's because I have this fancy schmancy new microphone courtesy of Donna and Carl.
So Donna's hurting cats, and there we go. Okay.
Can you say that? unmuted
Absolutely,
this time, Joe?
absolutely, Joe. Whatever you say. Okay.
Oh, sometimes I regret being able to read lips.
Jesus.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
There's still a cat behind you.
Made you look.
Made you look.
Well, I wouldn't put it past them.
No, not.
It really. Cats are inevitable. And none of us are Iron Man, so deal with it.
Oh.
Latest news. Lindsay wants to take a bus to Boston to meet her foster daughter from Romania, who is visiting the United States this month. And I'm going, if you want to, I can afford it. But you have to buy the tickets and I will be here to take care of the dog while you're gone. Now, if this happens, it will be a wonderful event because Lindsay has been fostering this child since 23 years ago. So she's now of age and about to get married and visiting the U.S. for the first time. And Lindsay does not want to go this visit to go without being able to show up in person and give the girl a hug. And I'm going, that's a long bus ride for a hug.
Yeah.
But it'd be worth it for both of them.
Yeah.
So, I'll work overtime. Doesn't matter. What makes baby happy makes baby happy. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Oh, no. It's deeper than that. It's whatever I can do to facilitate said happiness, I will do.
Ah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Some HallowCon business.
Oh, shit, that thing again.
Well,
That's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
6 weeks from tonight, there'll be no stupid o'clock.
No, it's gonna be stupid o'clock live.
Don't count on it.
We ain't got time.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
really.
saying it's gonna be live.
Now wait a
We're all
minute.
gonna be
Why
there.
will there be no stupid clock?
Nobody's got time to turn the computer on. We're busy.
We need to
No
do a
stupid
live,
o'clock, no last man standing for the entire weekend.
we need to do a live broadcast.
I don't know what's up, but Chris has told me he wants from 10 till 11 on Saturday night for something that he's got planned, somebody he's got booked or whatever, and he wants me there.
Uh-oh.
I smell shenanigans.
I was gonna say that sounds a little
And I know Chris and I know you.
Well, I am completely in the dark on it, so I don't know.
suspicious.
Will wonders never cease.
No, I'm not gonna. I can get in trouble doing that. No.
Joe Dog not doing something that'll get him in trouble. The world is ended.
I was gonna say,
We
don't
are
let
the
that-
after party. Thank you very much. You're on your own. Good night.
Hey, Dan, you've seen me. I do shenanigans, but I know when to quit too.
That's freaking news. When did you learn how to quit?
A lot. There's stuff that I think of and start to say and quit because I know better.
I hope I never learned that.
Okay, I'm
I never
definitely
learned
in the
about
wrong
better.
universe. What timeline is this?
Just imagine the stuff that I don't say or do.
That'd be really hard because I've never known you to have limits before.
I set those limits.
Yeah, but I'm one of those people on the inside that usually get to hear what the limits are and go, "Oh, please, Joe, don't do that. Oh, you did that." Okay. Let me get a broom and a dustpan. And who let that cat in here?
Dan, it used to be when I try to pull some of my shenanigans, everybody would pull out their phone, dial 911, and start hovering over the send button.
Understandable. Perfectly understandable. I didn't know who was going to get blown up at the time.
Yeah, Chris, actually, that is true.
Oh, when Chris started to tell you no. Okay, yeah. Now we see where the voice of reason comes in. It's not Joe Dog's Donna, it's Chris.
Uh,
Uh,
John, you've heard the story about the Stringer's haunt in front of Beauty and the Beast that got blown down by the wind.
Yes.
Have you ever heard the whole story of that?
No.
The reason it got blown down by the wind, we were going to use like a tent roof,
Yeah.
and it was Hurricane Wilma had come in,
Wilma.
and the way the the front doors, or the two doors to the little building was facing the direction of where the direction the wind was coming from. So we get three corners tied down, and we're pulling the fourth corner over, and we get it all the way over, and a good gust of wind comes in. And everybody starts screaming, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Joe, jump. Joe, jump." I said, John, let go. JJ. You know JJ.
Yeah.
JJ was standing on the corner holding the tarp, building the parachute. And I'm telling him, JJ, let go. Let go. Let go. Because I knew what would happen when he let go. It'd fly up and thing would come down. Well, I didn't realize at the time the building was about 10 feet in the air.
He needed that parachute.
Well, when he turned it loose, it nosed over. Of course, I was also sitting up on the wall on the farthest end.
Supervising.
Well, I was helping get the tarp over. I started barking orders. You run this way. You run this way. Henry, jump. Do this. Do this. When he let go, the building did this and hit the ground. And everything just started folding. I'm riding the building down. As it's crashing around, I just do the Bugs Bunny and step off.
Well,
Everybody goes, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm fine."
it's a little bit better than doing the swim pickings and riding it all the way to the ground.
Well, that's what they compared it to.
Yeehaw!
Well, if you go out the bomb bay doors with the bomb, might as well just ride it down.
Well, yeah, it's too far to walk.
Hey,
and
you'll be the first one to know when it goes off.
You'll be the only one to know when it goes off. Oh, let there be light. You are false data. Oh, wait a minute. I've seen Dark Star too many times.
And John, you need to get out to Spirit Halloween.
No, I really don't.
That sounds like a challenge.
His little background image.
I am saving money for HallowCon like a good little con goer. Okay? If I go to the Spirit Halloween store, I will not be going to HallowCon.
You've already bought your badge.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they got one of those for sale. Some guy
one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that.
Some guy has ordered 50 of them.
He's going to have a really cool front yard Halloween display.
Yeah.
And Christmas and Easter and 4th of July and whatever else he can use them for.
I need somebody to cut me out a Grinch.
Out of what?
Out of plywood and paint it up, with his arms, holding his arms up like this.
Oh, for the pulling decorations off the house
Yeah.
gun. Yep, that's your speed.
I did it last year with an inflatable. People would drive by, stop, back up, and I could see the flashes of people taking pictures of my house. Had a Christmas tree laying on its side in the front yard and the ornaments spread around.
A dog with a pine tree branch strapped to its head.
Donna's going, I hate that. I hate that. That's not funny. That's not funny. Then everybody in the neighborhood starts bragging about it. It's something different. It's something nobody sees.
It's something nobody ever dared to do before you dared to do it.
Well, I've seen pictures of it online. I'm just probably the first one around town to do it.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that some of your kids that had the duct tape tuxedo and prom dress?
No. That was sponsored by duct tape itself.
Oh, okay.
Those
Okay.
people were from all over the country.
There was one photograph I thought that you had bragged on that it was some of your kids, and I'm going, hey, okay, I can see the Joe Dog influence there.
I wish my kids were that talented.
Oh.
Some of that stuff they take after their mother. What are you laughing at?
No, John.
I'm waiting for the door to open.
Yeah, I was waiting for Donna to come in and lodge a complaint.
I was waiting for a cat to come flying and leave it on his head.
A frying pan.
Yeah, exactly.
Kabong!
Come on.
That's why we keep Chattanooga 911 on speed dial.
And we also keep the Lodge factory outlet in South Pittsburgh on speed dial.
Oh yeah,
To replace the broken frying pans.
And take advertising off the negative imprint of their name on human flesh.
Oh,
what does Ogdal mean?
Somebody, I was watching YouTube and some guy had found an old cast iron skillet abandoned outside a mine, cleaned it up, and it's from the 1850s. Cleaned it up and was using it.
Well, of course, it's cast iron.
Yeah.
Stars blowing up or that stuff.
When you properly season a cast iron pan and convert the oils and fats into a polymer, you're literally creating like a layer similar to Teflon on the pan, only tougher.
There's a fellow whose videos I watch. He's retired Marine, and he sells those 100-year-old cold handle iron skillets when he can find them. They have been cleaned up, they have been re-seasoned, they're good to go, and it's a good price because those things are excellent pieces of workmanship. and he's got them on his Etsy page. You have to go to his YouTube channel and figure out where all the links are from there. But he goes by the YouTube handle of Corporal's Corner. I cannot recommend his videos enough. They are very, very good, practical tips on do it yourself and um, celebrating being able to go camping with a minimum of gear and making shelters out of found materials and stuff like that. It's a very, very good channel. Usually he does a midweek video on Thursdays that's very short, and he does about a half-hour long video every Sunday. Corporal's Corner. Check it out. And I'm not getting paid for that. I just like him.
There's this one channel I watch that they go out and they build shelters out in the middle of the woods somewhere. And he usually takes a minimum of tools, like a small shovel, a saw, and some form of hammer or axe. But I'm watching this, and he's got like a battery-operated electric drill, screws for putting stuff, nail. I'm like, just the nails and screws alone, he probably drug 50 pounds of hardware out into the woods to build this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the infantry for a while. I carried a backpack. Trust me, you don't want to haul 50 pounds of nails in a backpack with all your camping gear. No matter what you're building.
You had grenades and stuff. That takes the place of those.
I had mortar rounds. They're 10
exactly. Takes the place of those.
We had to carry 3 of them things.
You're not out there to blow stuff up. You're out there to build something.
Well, when you're camping and building a shelter, yes, you're out there to build stuff. When you're
out there to blow stuff up,
setting up the mortar, you're out there to blow stuff up.
Yeah. Different career direction. Heidi Manning has just transferred all her music from whatever the iPad store is to Bandcamp. And she is a person that I have been subscribing to on YouTube for a long time. She goes by the name of the Narrowboat Pirate, and her boat is called the Rum Winch, and she does all the music for her videos. And go to Bandcamp and get her music because she's fantastic. And please don't say it sounds like mine because she's actually playing musical instruments. I'm playing the computer. There's a big difference. She's got talent. I've got resources.
Well, let me ask you this, Dan, since you're the musician of the group. Would a record player be considered a musical instrument?
If you're doing rap music,
if you do rap music, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I see no talent in destroying vinyl.
It depends on the vinyl. Some of it deserves to be destroyed. Seriously. Yes, a lot of rap hip hop artists have turned turntables into musical instruments. It's no different than people turning a set of hard drives into a synthesizer, or Frank Zappa using a bicycle as the fill-in for an entire orchestra.
Eddie Van Halen used to put a power drill on his guitar strings in several of the songs that they did with Van Halen. So,
you can use
And
all sorts
he,
of found sounds, no matter how they're produced, in a composition and make it. I mean, seriously, how many people would think that playing a theremin was playing a musical instrument before Forbidden Planet made it acceptable to use something that bizarre?
yeah, where he was talking about Eddie Van Halen and the power drill. Do you know he used it in concert, but he would turn his back to the crowd to do that sound because they were keeping it a secret. Nobody knew how he could do that.
Yeah. Oh, there were a lot of Van Halen fans that were really upset that Eddie had programmed some guitar sounds into one of the synthesizers and was using that in concert rather than actually playing the guitar to do stuff he pioneered on the guitar. He just figured out how to do it with a keyboard, and it was easier to reproduce that way.
Well, he was a classically trained pianist,
Hmm.
and so was his brother,
The drummer?
the drummer.
Alex.
Okay.
Alex
Now,
played.
I did not know that. I did not know that. I did not. I mean, I give drummers an entire world of credit because I know how hard it is to do that.
Yeah. When they first started, when Alex and Eddie started a band, Eddie was playing drums and Alex was playing the guitar.
I did not know that.
Of course, they were like 8 and 9 years old,
Still,
and then they swapped. Eddie wasn't as good on the drums as Alex was.
well,
Mhm.
if it comes to my family making a band, my brother's going to have to play the drums because he's better than I am at it. Even though my sister has been trained, it's got to do with the your personal aptitude. And my little brother got an aptitude for drums. Sister got an aptitude for bashing stuff together.
Well,
Usually quarterbacks, but
if my family formed a band, it would sound about like pouring the silverware drawer out on the floor.
Actually, there is a band in my family. It's very distant relations, and they are quite good. Although that's been a couple of decades since I met them, so some of them may no longer be with us. But they went to a family reunion in a state park because that's about the only place that's big enough to hold a family reunion for us. And they're just wailing on it. And it was country music, yes. I don't make any apologies about that. That is the background that we came from, just because I'm not into that genre doesn't mean that genre is bad.
Yeah.
I happen to like a great deal of country music in certain select artists and songs, but not everything. Rather fond of Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, basically, and that's really old school.
That's not country. That's bluegrass.
I know, but
well,
New clue. I had this behind me, did you?
What is that?
the nuclear football.
I'm going to tell you a very talented musician you would never think
Ah,
that
I've got
you.
two of those.
Never knew that I did that, did you?
No, I didn't.
It's been years since I played, but I still have it, and it's right here.
I've actually got a French horn too.
I played that too.
That's how she wakes up her husband.
Uh, John's got that one memorized.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? When I was stationed in Berlin, they had this big PA system around the post, and they played it on cassette tape every morning at 06. And that isn't what woke me up. What woke me up was the static from the PA system powering up.
I gotta get out of bed before the trumpet. Yeah.
Dan, I'll tell you
Time to put
somebody.
in my earplugs.
I'll tell you somebody who is a great musician, and you would never think of him as a musician. Well, you probably would now, but probably one of the funniest men in movies and TV.
Do tell.
Steve Martin.
Oh, are you an idiot? Yes, I know Steve Martin's a great musician. Good Lord, he played with some of the all-stars of country music. Foggy Mountain Breakdown and whatnot with blasphemy. Yes, Steve Martin is an excellent musician. He is not just a comedian, not just another pretty foot. Oh wait, that was another country musician.
If you ever get a chance to see their musical show of Steve Martin and Martin Short live,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I laughed so hard and was so impressed with the musical talent between those two. You would think they hated each other by the show.
As far as I know, that's never kept two musicians from working together before. Seriously, there are a lot of folks that you would think were one-trick ponies because they specialize in one genre, one area of entertainment, and then you find out, no, they actually can do many other things. Bottom right corner.
What bottom right corner?
I don't know, but Dawn's trying to
I
share a
think that
photo, but it
picture.
didn't come through.
Oh, the picture didn't go through? Okay, never mind.
No, you got to do the present
I did it
whatever it
through.
is. Then
No, I did it
it's
on your. I just did it. Sent it to you personally on your.
on okay. I don't have a personally on here. No, that didn't
I
work.
don't know how to do all that stuff yet. This is literally like my third time I've been on StreamYard on a computer. I don't know how to do this crap.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just showing you that.
Unfortunately, I'm not set up to see it.
That's okay.
I don't have the right windows open. It's my fault.
No. I was just for future, just so you could see, because you all got excited.
No, to share stuff on the channel, uh, you below all our little individual
Mhm.
pictures of who's in the channel, there's a button called present,
Okay, I'm getting a learn on here, guys.
and you click that, and it will ask you if you want to share a
Share,
window
it'll
or
say share
a
screen. Yeah.
tab.
Screen.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
share screen, and
Video
then
files, extra camera.
a-
Um,
and then once you click on that, you've got to jump back and go through another hoop. John, you remember what the hoop is? Anyway,
yeah, it's you got Microsoft Edge tabs, window, and entire screen. You just share your screen. But it'll have a list of all the different tabs you've got open and let you pick which tab you want to display.
Ah,
It'll also ask you if you want to share audio from the tab. You have to click that if you want the sound to come through.
Well,
But we got to
it's
be
now,
careful with that. We got to be careful with that one because we can get
Ding.
copyright strikes on sound.
hmm
and
Ding,
right now
ding.
I don't need to. If y'all share something, I get the copyright strike, and I really don't need to be.
No,
Uh,
that's why I was just
well,
sending it to
damn,
Dan.
Ozzy asked me to share this video. I was about to present.
The funniest part, okay, so it's my senior picture that I sent because it's got a picture of me with all three instruments, the flute, the trumpet, and the French horn. And the funny part is that my dad actually owns the rights to that picture completely. They bought the rights for that. So that makes it even funnier for if they were going to try to copyright strike it.
Oh, believe me, people have tried to copyright strike the national anthem.
I'm just
Um,
thinking the picture though. Literally.
also Spread Zarathustra from um,
2001.
2001: A Space Odyssey. They have tried to copyright strike music I wrote
Well,
on my own channel, and I'm
but
going,
I'm just thinking that
good luck. I've got that registered, dude.
because the guy that took our senior pictures, he retired, and they wanted somebody to actually buy the rights to the picture. So my parents bought the business. They're not photographers, but they bought the business.
hmm
So they own that picture, literally the
That is
copyright to it.
a very good precaution to make in today's contentious society.
Well, they own everybody's
Good
that
grief.
had their pictures taken with that photographer for what the 30, 40 years he was doing it. They have all the proofs, all the negatives, everything.
Chris Walker, did you get Pound Cake's permission to share that photo? Just picking on Chris. It's not really a photo. It's just a thing. Text.
He must have sent it straight to you.
No, he sent it to the public chat, the comments. I just made a joke out of it.
Oh,
Like I said, it's not a picture. It's just a comment.
We don't
No
joke
one,
around
no
here. We're
one ever,
serious as serious comes.
nobody ever listens. Ah.
I'm not saying I'm not touching that one. Nope.
I've raised teenagers. I know better. Ah.
I'm not going to because it's mean.
Next
I'm sitting
show. Next show.
Oh, I can't resist. I'm sitting with 2 to 3 guys. I know that people aren't listening.
I listen to everything everybody says, male or female. Whether or not I decide to abide by what they say is my decision. And my decisions are not always made wisely, let's say. Um, I do make mistakes. Witness my first wife. Um, At least I got a good daughter out of that one.
Oh, speaking of, is that okay? So is that's not the daughter, or that? Wait, you became a grandpa or great grandpa?
Great grandfather, that daughter's husband's daughter gave birth to a child.
Congratulations. Have you seen pictures yet?
No, I haven't, but I'm sure it will be showing up soon. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. But it was um, after the delivery room when they were in the hospital room. Bright red baby being cuddled by his mama, and I'm just going, oh, that's sweet. Um, can't wait to meet them in person. Can't wait to spoil them relentlessly, as I do all of my descendants. It reminds me, that particular daughter wants to inherit all of my books. And I'm going, honey, you can't afford to set up a memorial library. Somebody needs to, because there's a lot of books.
Yeah.
And it would actually give Lindsay room to walk through the hallway. But, that's still, 70 years off. Don't have to worry about that shit yet. I'm under contract. Contract expires with Swan. No one will get that reference. Okay, 3 people will get that reference. And Richie's not here, so 2. Duh. All right. Obscure references for $2,000, Alex.
Krakoan.
I know that one. Yes. They did join the tribe. It was the only way to survive.
That's what I thought.
You'd be surprised how many people argue about that. I mean, it's common sense. You've been cut off. All support has been gone for years. You're about to die. And your neighbors go, hey, want to move in? We can help you. I mean, we've got food. And you go, yeah. Common sense. And some people still do not know what it is that John and I are talking about. And it's not Chris Walker with the comment pound cake. No,
Might be. Depends on how good a cook the tribe was. Yeah. You have to join our tribe. We have cake. It's pound cake.
Hey, if you'd said cheesecake, I was in like Flynn.
Yeah, Krakoan was the cook for the tribe. He made pound cake.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Lemon drizzle. Not to be confused with sweet drizzle, but lemon drizzle. Yes. Okay, we're crossing the streams here.
Sweet drizzle.
Joe Dog, say something.
Now I'm going to have to go make a cake.
I'm sitting watching something that is just absolutely hilarious.
Well, it ain't me.
No, it's a certain politician who just got into trouble.
That narrows it down a lot.
They got kicked out of a theater You're muted. John.
I'm glad he had two fingers up there for a second. I'm glad he chose the one he did.
Yeah, that's because he wanted 5 more beers. But he speaks Latin.
Poor guys.
There is video of hands
This person,
They
of
went
this-
to a play. Okay.
our American cousin.
No, I can't remember which one. I wish.
Beetlejuice the play.
Beetlejuice.
No, Beetlejuice the musical.
Yeah, Beetlejuice the musical. They were at the musical. She's like using her cell phone. They're laughing. They're in the middle of the play. They're in the audience laughing, joking, you know. So and just being goofy in the middle of the play. Ushers came in, asked them to leave.
Good.
And she was like, "You know who I am?" He goes, "Yeah, you're the lady we're about to kick out of the theater for causing a disruption." And
well, there's video of his hand in a lower region and her head thrown back. Her hand in a lower region and him leaning forward. And 2 places over, somebody taking pictures.
Let that be a lesson to all politicians. Don't take your hooker du jour to a play.
no, she was the hooker.
She was the politician.
Yeah, she was the politician. He was the hooker du jour.
I did not name genders.
There's another good one. This lady from Australia, she's a tourist, comes to the United States. Somehow or another, some idiot put her on camera and kind of trying to make her famous because she said, we need to ban displays of the American flag in the United States.
That's not going to go over well.
And the governor of Texas goes, why don't you go back to Australia?
This world has gone freaking nuts.
You know America is the greatest country on the planet. And you want to know why? Because we let idiots come into our country and say stuff like that, and we don't shoot them, beat them, or put them in prison. If you were to go to Russia right now and tell them they need to quit showing their flag in the streets, you'd get an all-expenses-paid tour of La Bianca State Prison.
Yep. And they'll tell you it's just going to be a 3-hour tour.
Mm-hmm.
We need to take you downtown for questioning.
4 hours later, where's downtown?
No, that prison is actually downtown, but
it has one of the stations for the Trans-Siberian Railway.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, it's also the one that's famous for having the cells downtown. That there's nothing in the cell except one light. It's covered in white tile, like a bathroom would be, and there's a drain in the floor.
Makes it easier to hose down, yeah.
They take you in, they ask you to turn and face the wall, and pow, one bullet back of the head.
Small caliber.
Medium caliber, usually.
Small caliber does scramble the eggs a little better and is less cleanup.
But the thing is, they use that 9mm Makarov pistol. I think is the standard quick execution weapon.
Well, that reminds me of the lady. It was out west. She was charged with killing her husband. And it was an abusive relationship. She shot him 16 times with a revolver.
They asked why 16 times. She said, I ran out of bullets.
She had to stop.
And reload every
Reload.
6 rounds. Or 5, depending on the revolver.
Yeah.
They do make some revolvers that hold 7 and 9 rounds. So
Yeah, but those are 22s.
No. They make a 7-shot 357.
Whoa.
They make a 9-shot 357 as well. They make
Okay. Flag for unnecessary roughage.
unnecessary roughage. Yeah, that's definitely some roughage.
Unnecessary lettuce. Yes. Unnecessary roughness. Yes.
Kelp.
Oh,
it thing's heavy as heck. But, you know,
there's
Which one?
the 9-shot 357.
Oh yeah.
There's a video out of the Ukrainian sniper rifle. It's a 57 caliber. It's 6 foot long, weighs 50 pounds, has a range of about 2 miles.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah. Usually a splatter, but
I didn't say what kind of mark.
All you got to do is just get within, if you hit them in the hand, you're going to take the arm off.
yeah, usually the shock value, and I'm speaking physical shock, not mental shock, is enough to stop the heart.
There's a 50 caliber bullet the Russians have. It's a 12.7 millimeter DSHK. That's their big machine gun you see on top of tanks all the time. Then they've got the next one up is a smaller cannon.
Hey, Mike Jimmy.
It's a 14.5 millimeter, and it fires exploding bullets. It's used mainly for small vehicles and anti-aircraft work, the 14.5. You'll see them a lot in quad mounts. They'll have 4 guns on one mount. And yes, they do make sniper rifles in that caliber. So that's your 57 caliber. It's actually a 14.5 millimeter.
Have y'all ever seen the video of the American sniper over in Iraq? He missed twice
In his entire career.
No, on this one target, he missed twice. The guy, he missed him by about 3 feet off to the side. The guy stood up, walked over, and looked at the ground, kicked the ground around, looked around. Second round hit where he was sitting. So he walked back over there, and then he just vaporized.
Yeah. There was a fellow who was feared by the entire Russian army when they were trying to invade Finland. They called it the White Death. Possibly the greatest sniper in human history.
Is that for Enemy at the Gate?
That's Vasily Zaitsev. I believe he's talking about Simo Haha.
Oh,
yes, Simo. Yes. Just got to be just absolutely feared by everybody he was stalking.
He has over 360 confirmed kills. I think it's 365, but I'm not sure about the actual number. He was interesting. He would go out and prepare positions. He would wear snow camouflage. He would camouflage the position he was in. And what was really interesting is he didn't use a scope.
Iron sights the whole way.
Iron sights the whole way. Didn't use a special rifle. Just use a standard Finnish infantry rifle, which was some form of Musen Nugget.
Yeah.
Nagant. But And the reason he wouldn't use scopes is because in the cold of Finland, they would fog up.
They would fog up. Or
two, if you have a scope on top of your rifle, you have to raise your head higher to use the scope, which makes you more of a target, easier to be spotted. So by using iron sights, he was down just a few inches difference, but he was down lower on the rifle, which made him harder to spot and made his camouflage work better because he didn't poke up. You didn't see his hoodie poking up out of the snow. So.
The man
John,
was absolutely frightening.
Were you telling me about I think this was Afghanistan. They were hiding in the mountains and they chased them to a cave, and they would run back into the cave, and we'd send the small artillery up towards the cave, and then after we got through shooting, they'd all run out and lie and start shooting back at our guys. They called in a B-52.
As one would if you have one available.
So
run out after this motherfucker.
Well, what happened is they told the B-52 when to drop. They shot their rounds and told the B-52, okay, drop. So when they all came running back out, the B-52
carpet bomb.
That's better than an A-10.
I was thinking an A-10 would just go, cave? Used to be.
No.
Parking lot, instantly.
All we ever had, we never got to use the helicopters because we were too far away from the helicopter base. But we got to use the F-16s occasionally. For two reasons. One, we were only about 50 miles south of where they had the F-16s based. And two, it only took them about 3 minutes to get there. Well, they're 50 miles away. Yeah, it'll take them a whole 2 minutes and 57 seconds to get here.
That's if they don't throw in the afterburners.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't tell them it's a rush job.
Well, I've heard that they would also use the F-16s and F-15s and all the supersonic. They would bust the sound barrier just barely above the city.
No, I've never seen them do that, but I have seen them. They would kick in the afterburner to get down to us as fast as they could. And you could hear that plane coming from a good distance off because they were breaking the sound barrier. But they'd come over and all you'd hear is that engine. And everybody look up. That was them. That was them slowing down to start targeting. and that I only got to see them drop bombs once. We called them about 6 times. They only had to actually drop ordnance once. The rest of the time, they'd show up. That sound would preclude what was coming next, and everybody would go home. It's like, okay, you win this one. We're going back to our. We'll do this some other time.
Guys, I'm going home. Yeah.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
And when the A-10s,
you guys, I'm going home.
And when the A-10s would show up, they just
We had that same problem of where we were at was just too far away for A-10s or helicopters. By the time they got there, everything was over with. And we were lucky. Our FOB had 155 howitzers, so we didn't really have to call aircraft very often. No.
You had the good swing shots.
And they were new ones. I think at the time, I think we had the M109 Paladins, the M109 A5s. I think they're up to A6 or A7 now. Um, the if I remember correctly, I'm not sure if the A5 had the direct fire capability. Meaning, if you ticked them off, they could shoot at you like a tank.
With a little more accuracy.
No, not about the same as a tank, just bare round. And I don't know that they actually had an armor-piercing round for it, but when you're firing 115 pounds of 155 shell at somebody, you really don't have to have a whole heck of a lot of armor-piercing capability.
Just the kinetic energy of it.
Really, even if the round don't go off.
Yeah, Chris asked, did you get any AC-130s?
Never. My second tour, I got to guard them. That's it. I got to drive around the flat line and watch them pull brass out of it, which was actually kind of fun to watch them. They have snow shovels. They have trash cans and snow shovels. And they go into the back of the plane, and you hear them. And they're just shoveling out brass and links.
Oh, well, I've heard that the plane actually flies sideways when they fire.
Not that I know. I can imagine it with the howitzer slightly shifting the back end of the plane. A, because it's in the very back of the plane, and B, it's supposed to be soft recoil, but that's a lot of Newtonian physics to overcome, even for a C-130.
Yeah, well, it's not being backed up by the planet Earth like the ones on the ground, too.
But C-130 has one interesting thing, because it's designed for short takeoffs and landings. It's a very rugged aircraft. Has that big tail section on it.
Yeah.
The big, and has a lot of surface area. So if the gun recoils, that tail catches a lot of it. The friction does. And of course, designed to hit dirt runways and stuff. So it never actually seen one do that, though.
Now, I was in the Air Force ROTC at Hickson, and Colonel Sherwood was telling us about some of the guys would mess with the pilots, when they had, a load of transport guys. Everybody all at once would stand up and walk to the back of the plane. And when they feel it start to, level out, they'd all get up and they'd all walk to the front of the plane. And then, when it levels out again, they'd walk to the back of the plane. Then you hear, sit down.
Hey guys, I think I'm gonna head to bed. I'm tired. Tell Dan when he comes back that I'm sorry I'm missing Last Man Standing, but I'm just.
Oh, hey Dawn, your microphone's on the other side. Oh. We can't hear.
What? Oh. Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Oh, yes. That sounds. You sound so much better doing that.
Yeah, really.
I don't feel like doing this all the time.
You don't have to do it all the time.
Do it radio.
It's on an arm. It moves.
Yeah, well, I don't move no more tonight.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's the problem. I've been working hard this week. I've been trying to go through a bunch of shit and clean and
You have a good night and sleep well. Thank you for showing up early.
I know. See, that's why I came early, because I knew I was going to leave early. So I had better showed up when I did.
And
although Joe Dog did crack me up.
And in honor of Dawn being the show tonight.
Good night, Dawn. I heard all of that. I had the headset on, even though the microphone was off.
Okay. So, well, good night, Dan. And
good night.
Maybe I'll show up, on time sometime again. Don't hold your breath.
I'm not a scuba diver. I'm not going to do that. No. Um,
Good night.
Good night. I have my dog and cats trained to listen and behave. I use a device. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but they hear that sound and they're instantly on alert.
I have the non-electronic version of that.
Oh, the clicker.
The dog goes off like a mortar shell.
I think I just heard a bark.
You might have heard a door being kicked in. I just put her outside, and Lindsay went to the living room, going, "Okay, I'll wait till she scratches at the door." I told the dog, go bathroom, put her outside, and we shall see whether or not she does or not. She's quite demanding about when it starts getting dark at 3 in the afternoon. The dog wants to go to bed, and Lindsay's going, "I've still got soap operas to watch." Thankfully, the Roku in the bedroom works as well as the Roku in the living room. So
now YouTube has a 30-second, a 1 minute, a 2 minute squeaky toy sound.
I promise not to use my powers for evil, Joe Dog.
I always thought about making a cat and dog toy. It's a laser projector that runs on a small timer or a remote control, and you can attach it to a ceiling fan.
I don't want any of our cats attached to the ceiling fan, so I'm not going to use that.
Well, it aims down at the floor underneath the ceiling fan.
I know, but the cats know where the beam is coming from. They're not stupid.
I know some
They will
cats.
go, "Woom, woom, woom."
Our cats aren't that stupid. I'll go in the kitchen and start spinning it in circles, and the cat gets to chasing it, running in circles. And I count to 30 and then turn it off and watch the cat run sideways across the kitchen.
You're an evil man, Joe Dog. You're a very evil man.
It's funny. As soon as it stops, and they're doing this. And then they start walking sideways. Sorry.
It's all right. It explains an awful lot, like why you run HallowCon. Laser pointer, all the people attending HallowCon running in circles and then running the wall when you turn it off.
Oh.
It's the opposite of musical chairs. It's more like musical walls. Oh, okay. I stopped. Ooh. Has anybody in Pumpkin Chicken ever used a laser pointer for their target?
No. Yeah. You don't know where the dang things are going anyway. I mean, you could aim.
You can aim. But the laser pointer would be a terror device.
Oh. All right, we got to get somebody in here. Joe and Rick, where are you?
Really?
Yeah, Mike Jimmy.
Where's our usual?
You're awake. Get your coffee. Put your shirt on, or don't if you want to excite Aunt Donna. And pop on in. We're still 45 minutes away from the next show. Oh, the well house, the little metal shed was supposed to be delivered yesterday. The new estimated delivery is Monday. And I'm going, baby, I hope you don't have any place to go Monday because I want you here so that they don't throw it in the ditch for the porch pirates to find. And she's going, no. The teacher's aid stuff that we do with the church, we haven't been able to do the official training session yet, so we can't start that until like next week. But we have to have the training session before we're allowed to do the teacher's aid stuff. And I'm going, okay, thank you. I hope that they don't keep you sitting here going, where are they all day? But could be. Might just be. Aunt Donna just gave us a perfect explanation.
Something is being posted to the Stupid O'Clock page for John. The cult of carpet has grown exponentially.
Okay.
One of the influencers just learned about it.
Oh dear.
And has done a video.
Oh dear.
And you said it's on Stupid O'Clock?
Just a second.
It will be soon. Oh, now I can't remember what I said earlier. Said that.
Okay. All right, it's up.
Maybe. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I just managed to put my Dropbox account on the streaming computer and my laptop, and had to close out some unknown Android device that I was previously sharing the Dropbox on, and it wasn't my phone. Must have been an old tablet, because the new tablets are iPads, so they're not Android. So I've got access to all the stuff I've got in Dropbox across 3 different computers now. So I'm doing good. I highly recommend Dropbox to anybody that wants to share stuff between different devices on their own system. It comes in handy. It really does, and it's well, I'm using the free account, which gives me like 3 gigabytes, and with text files, that's an awful lot.
No. Oh.
Okay. I got to admit 2 things.
Yeah.
A, the girl is pretty. B, she may be one of the best journalists I've ever seen as a YouTube influencer, whatever the hell they call it nowadays. Because she did would be good. She did her story succinctly. There wasn't a lot of fluff to it. It was very
just the facts, ma'am.
just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah, she used to work for Disney.
Really?
Yeah, she does a lot of hotel stories.
Gotcha.
And she moved up. She transferred out of the concierge to the flowers and gift department for Disney World.
Okay.
The middle of August, Disney World shut them down and contracted it.
That sounds shitty.
Yeah. Well, they gave her an opportunity to go somewhere else within the company at the same pay. She was making more money at YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
If you do it right, and you get the Patreons and whatnot, yeah, you can actually make a decent amount of money. But you've got to be really interesting, and you got to be really good at marketing.
Oh, John said she's pretty. That's an understatement.
Okay.
No, she's pretty.
I am of the age where pretty is not good enough. If it's not entertaining, sorry.
Well, she's pretty enough to make you stop and at least click the picture to see what she's going to talk about. And then big blue eyes, I'm sorry. You know me, I'm a sucker for blue eyes.
My previous statement still stands. I don't care how pretty the presenter is, if the information is not worthwhile, I don't subscribe.
Oh, Dan, your show starts in 30 minutes. Wait a minute.
In 34 minutes.
Well,
no, it's just telling me stupid o'clock started. Never mind. Facebook, you're drunk.
Okay, my iPad is dead.
Well, that's not good.
No. It had a full charge when I started tonight. Oh, well, evidently, stupid o'clock ate up the entire battery charge. From 100% to 2.
Excuse me. That coffee's fighting back tonight.
That didn't sound like coffee. That sounded like a...
Sounded like a burrito.
Something that size, yes. I was thinking more of the pepperoni ring sort of... Oh, now, come on.
Pizza?
No, there's a delicious thing that is pepperoni and cheese and whatnot, and it's in this great big ring, and I can't remember the proper name for it now, but it's if a okay, I've lost words. Okay,
All right.
Stromboli.
Forget that.
Stromboli.
Yeah.
Calzone.
Pepperoni and I was
Calzone,
thinking
yes.
calzone. But pepperoni and cheese stromboli. It's kind of like a stromboli, or it's kind of like a calzone, but it's in a ring, and they usually put a dish of marinara sauce in the middle, and then slice the ring up into little slices, and you dip it in the marinara sauce. It's finger food. Delicious, tasty, cheesy.
I like manicotti.
I like food.
Food.
Oh, I plugged up the HallowCon refrigerators today, to make sure they're working.
Yeah.
And used a cool device to let me know if the freezers are working.
And
I won't know till tomorrow. Bottle of water, if it freezes, they're working.
Did they? I bleached them last HallowCon. Went in, wiped them down, bleach. Did they mold up any?
The white one did. I mean, it's bad. It's gonna have to be
re-bleached.
It's gonna have to be pressure washed then bleached.
But
But all the rest of it's good.
yeah, and it's a shame it's not affordable to leave those things plugged up. But
what?
I understand it's a shame it's not affordable to leave everything plugged up
Oh
where
yeah.
you can check on it.
Next time you stow them,
monthly.
we're gonna have to get some of that the foam pipe insulation that goes around water pipes.
Yeah.
Stick it in the doors to hold the doors open so that they don't no moisture inside.
Yeah.
Well, I did leave them open to for almost a month, but then again, it was also cool. Summertime's when they really dry out good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Stromboli. There's a couple of companies that make some of those, Chris, that you can get at grocery stores, Dollar General and whatnot. It's a major brand. They are really good. And the calzones, they also make calzones that are oh wow.
All right, you guys have all taken a break. I'm fixing to go take me a break. I'll be back in about a minute and a half.
Don't sell yourself short.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Chris Walker. Speaking of food, there should be plenty of food at HallowCon. Just saying.
There will be. We depend on it. We live for it. I mean, seriously. What the hell? Joe Dog's been playing with the StreamYard account again. A little late, but I finally found it. These things, they happen. I need to look and see if the next show is on.
Let's see here. I'm trying to find a news story to talk about here.
Features. Want to do something else? And no. No. And no again.
Save that one for later. That one's going to Armchair Rocket Science. And then.
Well, it looks like I'm not going to have easy access to comments on Last Man Standing tonight.
Why is that?
YouTube. YouTube doesn't show me the link. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. I rarely get shown the link to my own show. The last 2 weeks in a row have spoiled me. But, these things, they happen. It's not...
they launched that James Webb Space Telescope, the big gold-looking thing.
Yeah, and, quite a while back.
Yeah, and of course they're doing this thing called deep field image.
Yes, those are really wonderful.
Okay. And what they do is they compile all these digital imaging data in different spectrums that the telescope can pick up. And they put it all together in one big picture of everything that this telescope can see. And they finally got one put together, apparently. And I'm going to post that to Armchair Rocket Science. I might post it.
Okay.
Yeah, post it to Stupid also.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw one video. This guy did it lived out west, and where there's dark sky.
Mm-hmm.
And according to what he's found and what he's submitted, he's discovered 3 galaxies.
Always room for a few more.
Yeah. Okay, Chris says mention it to Joe. He's forgetful.
The restaurant in Dalton, not far from the host hotel.
What about it?
Evidently they have strombolis and calzones from context. And it would not be one of those fast food places because these folks evidently make them. So it's not microwave this and shove it out the window. Yes, dear. What?
This guy walks in, gets a cartload of stuff from like Walmart or something, and he's just walking out with it. And all these customers like stop him. They're like he was wearing a mask when he went in. They yanked his mask off his face. He's trying to get out with his bicycle and a backpack. And he had to abandon the cart full of groceries and stuff. Some old lady was sitting there yanking his darn mask off. I will post that to Stupid Clock.
Okay. And evidently I misunderstood everything Chris Walker was getting at. So,
something on YouTube.
About your YouTube thing. Remember you were saying you couldn't, your show didn't, whatever.
Yeah, my show. Yeah. Well, it ain't YouTubing, or the access for me to get to it on the iPad is not showing up on YouTube, on the iPad. The show will go on.
Okay, YouTube just said 8 minutes ago that your show starts in 30 minutes.
That was correct.
Can you share that? Just
It's just that YouTube notification.
okay. Never mind then. I thought maybe it was like one of them things that pops up on Joe's page.
It's not important. It's just a way for me to make comments during Last Man Standing that don't show up on every channel we're broadcasting to. If I'm watching it on YouTube on the iPad, I can comment on YouTube on the iPad, and it only shows up in one location. It's no big deal. It's not anything earth-shattering. The restaurant has been closed for almost 2 decades. Well, thanks for recommending it to us there, Chris.
Which restaurant?
Evidently the one with the Strombolis and the calzones.
Oh, it's the Tire and Wheel store. Okay. I did not
So
say.
technically, they're still making something that looks like a Stromboli.
Or a calzone. Yeah.
Well, they're not making it. They're just selling it.
Well, that
They're a little bit chewy, but
as Ron White used to say, they had to whittle one out of wheat.
Yeah, had the right, but not the ability.
Well, his story about Sears Automotive.
Yeah, exactly. I promised Sears and Roebuck that I would tell this story on stage every night until the lawsuit was settled.
I pulled out of the parking lot and the wheel fell off.
Fell off. Spinning me into a level of pissed off I have never been in before in my life. My van became a tripod.
I am not unfamiliar with that level of pissed off.
Apparently,
usually it has nothing to do with Sears. But
apparently the technician wasn't there on lug nut day.
The place I go and buy tires from, they tighten the lug nuts down so far that I can't get them off myself if I have a flat tire on the side of the road.
Well, if you ever go in and do a rotate or whatever, watch what they do. When they get ready, when they set the car down, they call the shop manager over, who looks at the torque wrench, sees what it's at, and watches them torque all 4 wheels.
Which is how it should be done. Just to ensure.
And then underneath, they call a manager down to look and see that the oil plug drain is back in.
Mm-hmm. I once got a free second oil change in the same day because the technician under the car forgot to put the drain plug back in. They filled it up. They cranked up the engine. They checked the oil. And it had drained out into the oil pit because the young lad had forgotten to put the drain plug back in. So they gave me a refill of brand new oil 15 minutes after they gave me the first refill of brand new oil.
If you do an oil change at home, and I don't know that anybody ever had a problem with this, but you put your pan up underneath there, loosen the nut, pull it out, oil drains. When it's done, you move it slightly to where you can get to the oil filter. You get your oil filter wrench, you loosen the oil filter, and you put it on the peg that drains the oil from the oil filter, and you let it sit for a while. And before you move the pan, of course, it's kind of like a reminder. You have to put that stuff back because there's the pan in the way. So you go to move the oil pan before you can put the new oil filter back in. It's a reminder. Hey, put the bolt and the oil
plug
filter
back in.
Yeah. And I don't know about most people, but I always put the drain plug back in first.
Mm-hmm.
When I go down there to move the pan, I think, okay, I got to put the oil filter back in. It says, but let's put that plug back in first before I start messing with that oil filter.
Yeah, there was one of the backyard mechanics. He said because most people now buy the oil in, the big 5-quart jug.
Yeah.
He says, take a zip tie your keys to the oil handle. That way you can't start the car until the oil is in it.
Now, if I could remember that, I could remember to put the oil in the car.
Dan, there are people that dumb out there.
Hey, there are people that don't know you have to put more oil and transmission fluid into cars. I won't mention her name, but she has her own TV show up in Nashville.
There are people that
not related to you, are they?
There are people that honestly ask the question, will it hurt the car if I drive it without any gas?
The one I love is the lady. She's got a Tesla, and she's at the gas station, and she's holding the gas pump. She's walking around trying to figure out where to put the gasoline in it.
Oh, and the three guys show up,
and people keep coming over trying to help her, and they keep looking. It doesn't. They're all walking around the car, and they're got one old guy walks over, checks underneath the license plate, and and they're like looking. You know how some cars will have the little remote control underneath the seat for opening the gas hatch?
Yeah.
There's people looking for that. And, and it's...
Oh. Dan, does the name Smokey Eunuch ring a bell to you?
No, but I have the feeling it should.
The NASCAR owner, notorious for cheating.
Like I said, I felt like it should. No, I do not know about this person. I know about the stereotype for this person, but yes.
Well, Smokey, he wore the cowboy hat. His shop was in Daytona. And, the gas tanks on the race cars are a certain size.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has the equal advantage. Well, one day Smokey figured out how to expand the gas tank enough to get another half gallon in it. And they caught him. And, as punishment, they pulled the gas tank from the vehicle and says, okay, get it out of here. He hops in, fires it up, and he says, figure out how the hell I did this, fires it up, and drives back to the garage. Come to find out, the car had enough fuel line to hold 2 more gallons.
That's a loop-de-loop.
I heard one, they had to they have to reinforce the cars, basically. There's a big roll cage thing inside of it, right?
Oh.
And the guy, he turned the roll cage into a fuel tank.
That was Smokey.
I wouldn't doubt it for a minute.
And
You ever had a crash? Motherfucker dead anyway. So
there's this one big bar in the back of the car that's like the main roll bar. Everything else is like smaller, like
that
the
ought
big
to
roll
hold
bars.
about 3 gallons.
Yeah, and it held, if I remember correctly, it held almost 5 gallons. That one piece of metal. And what was interesting about it was right next to where the fuel filler was for the car. So basically, every time they fill it up, it'd take that extra 5 gallons or whatever. Which I thought was rather brilliant, actually. But,
well, now the fuel cans only hold so much, and you can only have 2 cans in your pits at a time.
Yep. Just enough to put the required amount in and no cheating extra.
are those things just gravity filled, or did they ever go with like a powered system?
They're gravity filled.
They're gravity filled, yeah.
Because I remember somebody saying something about CO2 cartridges for them.
Yeah. Roger Penske one time built a tower at the, they would assemble this tower with the tank on top. Had a hose about that big around on it.
And gravity fed the whole way.
Yeah. All you had to do is
whoosh.
Yeah. It would dump, 20 gallons of gas in about 3 seconds.
I suppose there's safety concerns about that, though.
Oh yeah, it was promptly outlawed.
Well, if there's a fire,
because it worked.
if there's a fire with something like that, you can't stop the fuel flow.
Yeah,
I mean it's.
And then
if there's a fire, you're not going to be stopping the fuel flow. You're going to be running away.
Depends on where the fire is.
Going up the fuel pipe to the gas tank in
the
air.
It might not be your car that's on fire, Dan. It might be the guy behind you.
It doesn't matter. Running away is always the best solution.
But you still want to stop the fuel from going into your car. Well.
Oh, and this happened back in the late 90s when they had their all-star race. Rick Hendrick's team for Jeff Gordon built what they called the gray car. And it was everything. Everything on the car was legal. But just barely.
But the what?
Just barely.
And anything that there wasn't a rule written about, they took it where, to keep whatever. Jeff Gordon won the All-Star race. Bill France called the crew chief into the trailer and says, you need to tell Rick that car is illegal. He can't run it anymore. And Ray Abraham goes, what do you mean it's illegal? We've done everything by the book. He says, it's not illegal right now, but it will be Monday morning by 9 o'clock.
Guess what? That car just rewrote the book for us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Now we know where to fine-tune the rules.
Yep. That's what they did. And Chris goes International Race of Champions of the IROC series.
IROC series, yeah.
Well, that is back now, but it's not IROC. It's called SRX. And they run Thursday nights, and it's on ESPN, and they only run 8 races. I mean, you see Bill Elliott.
Whoa. Bill's come out of retirement?
Bill comes out of retirement to run that. Rusty Wallace runs.
I'm in.
Rusty Wallace runs. Al Unser Jr. races. Mario ran one race one time.
What about Luigi?
He's delivering pizza.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's this. What it is Superstar Racing Series.
I'm a Wario. I'm gonna win.
I am in. I quit watching NASCAR when Bill Elliott retired.
It's Tony Stewart's thing, but half their races are on dirt.
That wouldn't stop a lot of people. And I have driven on the roads that Bill Elliott learned to drive on.
Yeah.
I know why he's that good now.
Yeah, Chris,
Good
it's run
Lord.
by Tony Stewart. Oh. What is
Michael Andretti? No, Mario.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Chris mentioned something earlier, and I wanted to touch on it because I don't know if you do this or not. He was talking about the food at HallowCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I shamelessly plug HallowCon every show that I get a chance to, but he was talking about the food at HallowCon. Do we actually have like a menu or something like that we could post to HallowCon's website or something?
It's posted. It's
the official menu is whatever Megan's in the mood for making, and we don't argue with her.
Yeah. Well, actually, before we get out of here real quick. Hit the dot, dummy.
Megan is awesome.
Wait a minute. Michael is Mario's son? You mean Mario and Princess Peach had a son?
I'm going to show real quick the new HallowCon page.
I actually went and looked at it. It looks very cool.
I'm going to throw it up to new window so I can see what I'm doing here. All right. Where'd y'all go? There you are. Share screen. HallowCon. Share. Go ahead and bring this up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hit the button too. There we go. Oh, there we go.
All right. This is the new come on, get up there. All right. This is the new HallowCon site.
Ooh.
Which is, and there's, some of the con suite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dealer's room is actually sold out now. There's
all right.
Why was there a picture of Bourbon Street? Oh,
what do you mean, picture of Bourbon Street?
Right there. Isn't that a picture of Bourbon Street?
No, that's the con suite.
I don't know what I'll have to talk to our web guy, but on the con suite page, we actually give the menu Friday night.
Ooh. Nice.
And there is no upcharge. And we'll be offering vegetarian and gluten-free the best we can.
Woo.
And
not that we wanted to shamelessly plug HallowCon in the last few minutes of our show.
Oh yeah. Well, there's also, this is our guest page. Kevin Severson, Brian Silverbacks, of course, our famous Stephanie Osborne. And then this guy.
Is he out of jail already?
Yeah. And, of course, TD, KT. And then this beautiful lady here.
Now, wait a minute. Why did you just shoot right past that lovely lady? Yeah, there it's KT Hunter. Hi, KT.
Yeah, KT.
Yeah. Pause just a moment.
And then there's this beautiful lady.
Another Donna? Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another one of those guys.
Okay, yeah, that's resident old guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a new guest this year, Stephanie
Really?
or Ellie Rain.
Cool.
And then another author, MC Vaughn. And MC didn't understand how HallowCon runs. He bought a badge and tried to buy space in the vendor's room.
Did he need to?
No. So I rejected his application and told him,
No. You're a guest. You do
You're
other
the
things.
guest. You get your own space.
yeah. And
Hmm.
then Mr. Pica,
Mr. Pike. Is that where didn't he change his name?
yeah, Johnny Beyond. But
That's it, Johnny Beyond.
yeah. And then our Robert Downey Jr. lookalike that Megan said she spent an hour and a half comparing this guy to Robert Downey Jr. because she thought we were lying and we were getting RDJ. And of course,
If he's a Hatfield, I'm probably related to him.
yeah. And then, and what is neat is this is a slideshow,
Yeah.
showing these cars.
Yeah.
But here's one even better. Of course, this is the most famous picture from HallowCon. Do you see
That was
that?
domestic abuse right there.
Yeah.
She's trying way too hard to hit you in the face with that pie. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah. Of course, there's our gallery. That's just a cool shot that Tom Blanks took. And then, of course, the Mollies. Mark
Molly.
And there's the Molly McGuires.
More Mollies. Yes.
And there's the attempted murder. But yeah, that's the new HallowCon page. So everybody go to HallowCon.
Oh no, guess what time it is?
It's time to end the show.
It is very much time to end this show.
Oh, we're Dan. Jump out of here.
Going.
It's
I'm
over.
going.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.